Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Chris, and if you haven't been to my channel yet, well, this is Wicked Repairs, and I appreciate you swinging by. And if you're here right now for this video, it means you probably need to replace your starter solenoid on your lawnmower. So let's check it out. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on with my mower, exactly why I'm going to change the solenoid, and let's get to replacing it. So as you can see, I have a battery charger hooked up to my mower. Now my battery is a little bit on the fritz, but even before it was, I've had this little bit of a starting issue going on. All year last year I struggled with getting this started, and I'm going to show you exactly what it's doing. So when I go to turn the key here, it's struggling, it's hurting. You hear some whining coming from the rear, you hear it turn over a tiny bit once in a while. Now that could be a starter solenoid issue, could be a starter issue, could be a wiring issue. We're going to start off with a starter solenoid. We're going to show you how to replace it, and hopefully that does the trick. If not, we're going to figure out exactly what's going on. So for now, we're going to disconnect the charger, and we're going to have to remove the battery because the battery is hiding the starter solenoid. So underneath the battery is where the solenoid is. So we're going to have to get 10 millimeter socket for this. Yours might be different. It might be a 10, might be an 8, 12, who knows. But whatever you have to do, grab the tools you need to remove your negative and power terminals, and then we have to remove the battery, and we remove it with getting this bar out of here. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Everybody's might be a little different as well. I might need two hands, but we're gonna have to remove this, apply some pressure here, and pop that out from underneath here after we take the terminals off. I removed both terminals and or both cables, and this was a piece of cake once I was able to use two hands in there and pop it off out of the way. So we'll get that out of the way, and we're gonna remove the battery, and we're gonna take the battery, and in the meantime we're gonna charge it because we don't want to do all this and have a battery that's low. So you can't really see it too well, but the starter solenoid is right there. So we do have to remove this as far as this battery bracket. Just have to move it out of the way. I'm going to remove this one too, just for the heck of it. But these things come right off pretty easy, and get those out of the way. So there is our starter solenoid right down there. You can see the cables going to it. I believe mine is a 10 millimeter socket as well for those, so we're gonna get down and get that off. You can see in the back of the mower there's an 8 millimeter right here, and this little bracket there is part of where your solenoid mount is. So we are gonna have to loosen on that, but first I'm gonna loosen up on the cable nuts that hold it to it, because if they're really tight and we loosen up on this or take that off completely, you might have a difficult time getting the power and ground cable off of here. Shine a little light in here, you can see it a little better. So make sure, as I mentioned, you take off those two nuts first, and then take off the mounting nut off the back. So here is my replacement part, and I did look at it, and it looks to be the right one, the correct mount, the correct attachments that you need here. So you never know, sometimes you order a part and it comes in wrong, but this does look like it is the right thing. So always verify that your new part matches the old one, or if it doesn't match it 100%, at least it's going to work. Alright, you can see I took off both of the nuts. Now they're both lock nuts on there, so that's a really good reason of why you should keep it mounted to take those off, because it might be difficult to take off. So this cable goes to this post, this cable coming out of the harness goes to this post, and you can see there's a green and an orange wire below that. I'm going to keep those connected just for now, and I'm going to remove the 8 millimeter nut in the back here. So we pulled the 8 millimeter nut off the back. I'm going to pop this off. You can see we still have the cables connected here. So green and orange. I'm going to get the new one. We're going to take those off, put those connectors onto the new one, mount it, and then put the cables back on. And as you can see right there where I'm wiggling the solenoid, that the hole mounts up. So we have our angled little alignment pin that goes in there, and then we have the hole right here where our threads are, and that's where we're going to put the bolt back in to mount it. Alright, so you can see I have it mounted. Only thing I have to put is this cable on and then put the nuts on. I already slid the other cable on. And I just want to point out that the new solenoid comes with a nut and a lock washer. Now, you can use those, or you can use the old ones if they're still okay, as long as they fit on the new posts. I'm going to use these because I do like having a lock nut rather than a washer and a lock nut. I mean, technically, yeah, it does the same exact purpose, but at least this way, I have a lock nut, and I don't have a nut and a washer that I have to worry about. These, I guarantee you, unless you take these off and on a bunch of times, these will be 100% fine to reuse again. They will still say locked. It's not going to come loose on you or anything like that. You know, I can't even go on with my fingers much tighter than that, you know, without needing the ratchet to tighten it. So that clearly shows that the lock nut itself is still working well. If the nylon lock nut wasn't working good, you'd be able to spin those on by hand just like you would with a regular nut. So I got no problem reusing those, and that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, we have both of those on. They are tight, they're good to go. Always, it's not a bad idea to, when you tighten them, just grab the wire and just make sure that everything seems tight. Make sure you didn't miss anything silly, because you don't want to get in there twice. So we're going to put the battery brackets back on, slide the battery in here, and put the battery cables back on and give it a go. Alright, see what happens here, see if it's any better. I do have the battery charging. Like I said, the battery is on the fritz, so. Well, this year's all full of leaves because I just got done mowing the leaves and the grass in my front yard. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you in some way, one way or the other. Whether you have a Cub Cadet or something else, the process is going to be basically the same. Just depends on where the location is. But it's all going to be the same wires, same type of solenoid. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't. It's free and easy to do. So thank you so much. Have a great day.